Hello. In this MIPS video, we're going to be starting a calculator-based program. In this video, we're going to be just doing addition as a basic example, and then we're going to build off of this program in future videos. If you find this type of content informative, please give it a like. In addition, please subscribe to the channel to not miss future videos like this. Also, feel free to comment with any questions. But for now, let's get started. So, as you may know, there's two sections of code in MIPS assembly. First is data.data, which is subsequent items stored in the data segment at the next available address. And there's also the .text section, which are subsequent items, which are instructions stored in text segment at the next available address. So obviously we need both of those, but for now let's start with the data. So the main reason we need data here is to define strings. So the first string we're going to define is our first prompt. So we're going to call it prompt 1. And then this is going to be of type dot ASCII-Z, which is storing the string in the data segment and adding the null terminator. And we're going to define this as enter the first integer. Next is our second prompt. We're going to call it prompt 2. Again, this can be of type ASCII-Z. This can be enter the second integer. And then finally, we're going to print out the result. So we're going to call this result message. And then this is as well is going to be type of ASCII-Z. This is going to be the sum is, and then with a space. So now that we have our data section defined, we can move on to our text. So this is going to be main. The global is going to be set to main. So what that is we're declaring the listed labels as global to enable referencing from other files. But this is always good practice to do. So global main, that's what we're going to call it. So we're going to do our main label, indent for good practice. And now let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is prompting and reading the first number. So we're going to do that by first loading using the load immediate instruction, and we're going to load 4 into V0. Again, 4 is print string. And then we also need to load the address of prompt 1 into argument 0. So we're going to do that with load address, A0, and we're going to pass in prompt 1. So this is loading string. And again, 4 is syscall number for print string. And then finally, we can perform a syscall. So now that we printed the string, we now need to read the integer. So that is syscall 5. And then we can simply perform a syscall because there's no arguments needed. And then at that point, we want to make sure we're saving the result of read integer from V0 because that's going to be overridden. So we're going to move that to temporary register 0. Next, we're going to prompt and read for the second number. And this is very similar, so I'm going to copy and paste the first part and edit it. So obviously we're doing the second number. We're printing a string, so that stays the same. We're loading string 2. We are reading the second number, and then we're going to move it instead of T0. Obviously, we're going to make that T1, temporary register 1. So now that we have both of our numbers, we can perform the addition. So we're going to just use add, addition with overflow. This is going to only be used for small numbers, so no worries about overflow. We're going to store the result of T0 and T1 into T2. So T2 is our result, or sum. T0 is our first number, and then T1 is our second number. So again, with normal math, this looks like this. So T2 is equal to T0 plus T1. So this was performing the addition. And then the next thing we're going to do here is actually display the result message, and then we're going to display the calculated sum. So I'm just going to copy and paste this again, but instead of prompt 2, this is going to be our result message. Otherwise, that stays the same. And then we want to display the calculated sum as well. We do that with service 1, which is printint. So we're going to load immediate v0 1. Then we're going to move the sum from T2 into argument 0, which is the argument for printint. So we're going to do move A0, and then our result, T2. And then we can syscall. At the end of every program, we want to make sure the exit, so the argument for that is 10. So we're going to load immediate v0 10, and then we're going to perform the syscall to end the program. So now that we have this done, let us go up here and assemble the current file, and we can click play. So enter the first integer. Well, let's do 2, and enter the second integer. Let's do 4. And as you can see here, it prints out the sum as 6, and the program finishes running. So if you have any questions regarding this content, feel free to comment. If this video was informative, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to never miss videos like this. Thank you for your time in watching this video, and have a good day.